Now, LendInvest raises money from investors such as high net worth individuals and lends it to finance different areas of the UK property market. Well, today, it has announced that it's reached £2 billion worth of assets under management. LendInvest says it's now on track for its 8th consecutive year of profitable growth. Well, Rob Lockhart is the Chief Executive of LendInvest and joins me now. Rob, very good morning to you. I mean, one of the main drivers for your growth has been the buy-to-let market. How do you assess the strength of that market right now?
Good morning, Ian. First of all, we were delighted to report crossing through 2 billion of assets under management this morning. And we're using technology to make property finance simple. And that's really resonating with brokers and borrowers at the moment and driving our growth. And as you point out, buy-to-let is one of the areas where we are really growing. And that's as a result of the technology offering that we're providing. So in the UK, the property finance market is a huge market, but it's a market that's characterised by paper processes and manual signing of documents, etc. We're applying technology to make that process simpler, and that's what's driving the growth at the moment.
A lot of landlords are obviously having to invest to make their properties more energy efficient. Is that a big motor of growth for you right now?
It certainly is, Ian. The government, under current proposals, is saying that landlords will need to have properties at energy efficiency level C or above by 2025 to let to new residential tenants. And for us, that's creating an opportunity. So back in October, we launched an epic green mortgage range, offering landlords an incentive to acquire properties with an EPC rating of C or above, or to upgrade their properties to a rating of C or above. And that product is really resonating. Over half of our buy-to-let mortgages are coming through on that green mortgage range. And it really is that the property market is starting to take on board this emerging legislation that's coming through and taking climate change really seriously.
So if I want to borrow under one of these green mortgages, what do I have to do to qualify?
So there's two ways you can qualify. One, you can have a property or acquire a property that's EPC rating of C or above. If you do so, you'll achieve a slightly cheaper rate on your mortgage. Alternatively, the best incentive is for landlords that are actually upgrading the environmental efficiency of their buildings. So those that are improving the environmental efficiency to C or above will get the best incentive on their mortgages.
What impact on all of this activity would another rise in interest rates have?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. Interest rates have started to rise to combat inflation, and our expectation is that interest rates will continue to rise during the course of this year, as the market is expecting it to do as well. But interestingly, it's the expectation of our borrowers too. So back in October, we also launched a 7-year fixed rate mortgage, allowing buy-to-let customers to lock in their rates for longer. And that's incredible. It's not a product that's typically offered in the UK, typically 2 or 5 year fixed rate mortgages. And today, our 7-year fix is the most popular product, the popular term that we have.
What sort of assumptions are you making about the likely extent of rate rises from the Bank of England?
So look, we're just following the interest rate curve. I mean, we'll let the market determine what it expects to do, and we'll lock in our interest rates accordingly. And on the other side, we'll offer products that we think will resonate with borrowers, like that fixed rate, 7-year fixed rate mortgage, as people expect rates to rise.
And who do you regard as your main competition, Rod?
So we'll compete with a huge range of banks, building societies, as well as others, more specialist lenders like ourselves. And we choose to compete with, as I said, making the process simple, using technology, and offering something that others in the market aren't currently providing.
All right, Rod, good to talk to you this morning. Thanks very much indeed for joining me.
Thanks a lot, Ian.